What is up, guys? Kid Critic is back with the 16th installment of Snack and Chat. I hope all of you are having a wonderful day in this quarantine madness. Now, as we always start off this show, I have to tell you guys what my snack of the day is, and today it is Raisinets. Obviously, they also sell these at the movie theaters when they were once open. I wouldn't say this would be like my snack of choice whenever I go to the movies, but I think they're obviously pretty solid. I know a lot of people out there like themselves these Raisinets, and even though I'm not a big fan of raisins, I'm a big fan of chocolate, and I think chocolate and raisins is pretty good. And I'm having a tough time opening these for some reason, but it's okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. Let's see. Look at this sucker. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look at that. Delicious. Just don't give them to your dog because that's not good. That's not good. They're actually pretty deadly. Fun fact. Anyways, that said, well, actually, before we get into the movie news, yesterday, I started listening to the First Man score by John Hurwitz, I believe. That score is so underrated. That score is absolutely awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Second thing, last week, I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but you should at the Kid Critic. Anyways, last week I posted that I finally finished watching Peaky Blinders on Netflix, and holy moly, is that show absolutely brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. If you have not seen Peaky Blinders with Cillian Murphy, Tom Hardy's even in there, Adrian Brody shows up, you have to treat yourselves and watch Peaky Blinders. It is just magnificent. And I'll actually read what I posted here. Let me see. Here. Okay. You know what? I think I could actually share the screen and actually show you guys what I posted really quick. Hold on. This will only take a few buttons here. Hold on. Wait a minute. Okay. Do this. Do that. There we go. All right. So you guys can kind of see what I posted there. So here it is. I said, a couple days ago, I finished Peaky Blinders on Netflix, and surprisingly, today is Cillian Murphy's birthday. But if you're looking for a show that has awesome characters, shocking / intense / heartbreaking / chilling moments, really good dialogue, great cinematography, and brilliant performances, then do yourself a favor and watch this great show, which in my opinion, I think I spelled witch wrong there. I think that's the wrong use of witch. But anyways, which in my opinion is the second best show to binge behind Breaking Bad on Netflix, I should say. Can't wait till season 6. And I mean, this show is something, man. You guys got to do yourself a favor and watch this immediately because it's just great. And I definitely can't wait till season 6. Maybe it might be my top 5 favorite shows of all time. I don't know. But I mean, yeah, probably is kind of. I need to think about it more. Anyways, with that said, let's actually get down into the movie news. And the first topic we're going to go through today is Martin Scorsese's upcoming flick, Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, we actually talked about this not that long ago about how Scorsese's having a little bit of a tough time shopping it around because of that big budget. But it seems that it's going to be A-okay. And now this comes from Deadline, and they say, quote, the tug of war over one of the highest profile films in Hollywood is about over. Apple will win the Derby for the Martin Scorsese directed film Killers of the Flower Moon with Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro in the lead roles. The deals are being prepared. Paramount still has to sign off, but I'm told when they are, it will be an Apple original film, and Paramount will distribute theatrically worldwide. End quote. First of all, let me just say I couldn't be more happier that this movie is going to be released in theaters because I mean I would have loved to watch The Irishman on theaters. I mean, I'm obviously glad it got released some way, but seeing it in theaters would have been just awesome. And look, I mean, you got the old generation and the new generation in here of Martin Scorsese with De Niro and DiCaprio. So that just gets me totally hyped. Plus, obviously, Martin Scorsese is one of my favorite filmmakers of all time. So I'm already hyped for this movie, even though it has a berserker budget. But guess what? I'm actually going to be able to watch it in theaters. So I'm totally hyped for this. I'm glad I'm going to be able to watch it in theaters. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited to watch this film as well. So good on Martin Scorsese and his crew over there. Now let's move on to the next topic, and that is Tom Cruise. That is right, folks. Tom Cruise. Again, we talked about this not that long ago about Tom Cruise going to space and his upcoming film that he's teaming up with NASA and Elon Musk and all that. But apparently they have found a director in Doug Liman. So this also comes from Deadline, and they say, quote, Doug Liman will boldly go where no film director has gone before. Liman plans to accompany Tom Cruise on the action-adventure film to be shot in outer space that is being mounted independently for now, in parentheses, and involves Elon Musk's SpaceX and NASA. Liman, who directed Tom Cruise on the movies American Made and Edge of Tomorrow, and who separately directed such hits such as Mr. and Mrs. Smith, The Bourne Identity, Go, and Swingers, is eager to reteam on this first project of its kind project, I'm told, end quote. Now, if you guys saw that episode where I talked about about this upcoming space movie that Tom Cruise is doing, you guys know that I was actually really interested in seeing it because of that whole space thing. But now that you got Doug Liman in here, I mean, this is good stuff because, first of all, I've really enjoyed Doug Liman's last two movies with Tom Cruise, with Edge of Tomorrow, which I thought was a bonkers and really fun space movie with the Groundhog Day element, with the sci-fi action thing. Plus, Emily Blunt was awesome. Tom Cruise was awesome in that movie, too. And then American Made, which I thought was really underrated. I thought that movie is also really cool. So at first, I was interested in seeing this because, again, of that whole space aspect of this. But now you got Doug Liman in there. Now you got me. I'm hyped to see this movie. This is like a movie I want to see in IMAX and everything. Actually, no, Dolby, because I think Dolby's better than IMAX. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is Avatar 2. Now, Avatar 2 has been talked about for quite some time, and it obviously suspended production because of the whole coronavirus thing. But some news about when it's going to restart has come out. Now, this comes from Collider, and they say, quote, in an interview with RNZ, producer John Lando, I think that's how you say his name, who also produced Avatar director James Cameron's previous record-breaking film, Titanic, shared some details about the sequels, including his thoughts on finally being able to get back to work in New Zealand. He said, quote, we feel very comfortable because of the actions of our government and also the responsibility that people took to really curb the virus there. So we feel we're coming back to the safest place in the world possible thanks to a team of people that we've worked with. We believe we have a very thoughtful, detailed, and diligent safety plan that will keep everybody as safe as possible in these unprecedented times, end quote. Okay, now I'm kind of going to say the same thing for this that I said for Matrix 4, and that is if they're shooting in a safe location, which it seems that they are, and they feel ready to shoot, then this is good news. Now, the producer also went on and talked about some of the story details of the film, which we haven't really gotten anything about, but I was kind of thinking about the other day, basically how it would be kind of funny because they're not going to have any catering services, I think, on these productions. So I thought it'd be kind of funny. I mean, just imagining big stars like Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Cruise showing up on set with like their lunch pails, maybe their PB&J sandwiches for lunch. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know, just something I thought about. Anyways, so he also talked about some of the story details for Avatar 2, and he said, quote, "This is the story of the Sully family and what one does to keep their family together. Jake and Neetri, I don't know how to say the character's name, have a family in this movie. They are forced to leave their home. They go out and explore the different regions of Pandora, including spending quite a bit of time on the water, around the water, and in the water." I think I think why do people turn to entertainment today more so than ever? I think it's to escape the world we're in, to escape the other pressures they have in their lives. I think with Avatar, we have an opportunity to allow people to escape to an incredible world with incredible characters that they will follow in much the same way as Peter Jackson was able to with Lord of the Rings. So that's what we're looking forward to doing. End quote. Okay, so I th- I think this seems like an interesting story, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this movie because I really enjoyed the first one. I thought I enjoyed the first Avatar movie. Obviously, it made bonkers money. It was the biggest movie until Avengers Endgame, and maybe if they re-release it before the second one comes out, maybe it'll come back and get their crown back from Endgame. So but I'm really interested to see how this movie does financially since the first one came out more than 10 years ago, which was like 3 Marvel phases ago. So it's been a long time since this movie's come out. So I'm really interested to see how this movie does financially. So with that said, let's move on to the second to last topic, and that's kind of our big main topic, and that is Henry Cavill. So this once again comes from Deadline, and they say, quote, "While there is not a Man of Steel sequel in the works, we're hearing that Henry Cavill is in talks to reprise his role of Superman in the Warner Brothers DC universe. We hear Cavill could come back in a couple of different ways, though not in a standalone film, but there are plans to put him back in the big red cape again. Sources with knowledge tell us Warner Brothers is not developing a Man of Steel sequel, and Wonder Woman 1984 and Suicide Squad are in the can. Superman isn't expected to make a cameo in Matt Reeves' The Batman either. Other projects where Cavill could make a cameo are Shazam 2, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, or Aquaman 2, which are the next productions to be prepped once COVID-19 safety restrictions lift." And quote. Okay, so there's a lot there. Obviously, there's a lot there. And let me first start off by saying this. I think Henry Cavill is, first of all, not just a good actor, but I think he's a darn good Superman. And it's awesome that we're going to see more of him. I mean, I just don't know. I mean, it's awesome that we're getting him back, but I don't know why they're not thinking about doing another Man of Steel movie. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most people like him as Man of Steel. I know the first one was a bit divisive. I mean, I personally enjoyed the movie, but I don't know why you wouldn't make another Man of Steel. But I mean, other than that, I'm just glad that we're getting to see Henry Cavill as Superman once again. And I mean, as far as possible reasons why they're not planning on making a Man of Steel 2 as of today, I mean, maybe it has something to do with the overall DCEU storyline, because again, other than that, I can't really think of another reason. But I was thinking the other day, it would be absolutely nerd chilling if we saw a big fight between Henry Cavill Superman and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's Black Adam. That would be so entertaining to watch. I don't care if the movie sucks. That would be great. I'd just see the movie alone for that. That would just be absolutely brilliant. And I mean, he could also show up in Aquaman 2, which I think is a total possibility. Superman sort of showed up in Shazam. So we'll see what happens. Definitely leave me down a comment in the comment section below what you think about this Henry Cavill returning as Superman, because I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I would have liked to see a Man of Steel 2 possibly. I've heard rumors that maybe J.J. Abrams is developing a Man of Steel 2. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'd be down for that, even though I wasn't a big fan of Rise of Skywalker, but he directed probably my favorite Star Wars movie in The Force Awakens, so I think that can be pretty cool. So let's move on to the next and final topic, and this is also a big topic that dropped this week, and it also pertains to the DCEU, and that is David Ayer's Suicide Squad cut. So this comes from IndieWire. This comes from IndieWire, and they say, quote, Suicide Squad director David Ayer took to Twitter on Memorial Day to address fans hoping for the Ayer cut of his 2016 DC supervillain action movie. He said on Twitter, quote, this is a good question. My cut would be easy to complete. It would be incredibly cathartic for me. It's exhausting getting your booty kicked. You know, got to keep it clean on here. Getting your booty kicked for a film that got the Edward Scissorhands treatment. The film I made has never been seen. End quote. Okay. First of all, I understand why David Ayer is saying this. I totally understand it. And it is true what he's saying and if it is true what he's saying, that it wouldn't take much to finish his film. If I'm Warner Brothers, I'd just let him finish his movie and drop it on HBO Max, because I'm sure it'd draw in some people, and it's not like it's going to take the amount of money, like, let's say, for the Snyder Cut to finish this movie, which I hear it's actually more than what was announced last week. Now, I'm not saying that studios should always listen to the fans, because then we wouldn't get a lot of good stuff and some of the awesome movies that we've gotten lately, like Bumblebee or Joker. But I mean, if it were to drop on HBO Max, I'd definitely check it out. And I'm sure a lot of people out there would definitely check out David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad, which I hear actually has some more Joker stuff in there. Some extra scenes with Enchantress. Now, I wasn't a big fan of the 2016 Suicide Squad. It's actually the only DCEU movie I don't like at all. I always say this. I like the Suicide Squad team. I don't like the movie that they're in. So, I mean, I'll definitely check it out to see what he did with it, because David Ayer's first movie, which is the only movie I've seen of his other than Suicide Squad, End of Watch, that movie is just brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If you have not seen End of Watch, it's on Netflix with Michael Pena and Jake Gyllenhaal. Make sure you guys go and check it out. So, I mean, if it drops on HBO Max, I'll definitely check this out. I mean, as well as a Snyder Cut. So, with that said, thank you for joining me on this installment of Snack and Chat. Hope all of you had a wonderful time. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that is very important. And make sure and leave a comment down below. What did you think of the topics that we ran down through today on this very installment of Snack and Chat? So with that said, look out for the next video or review. And peace